I am Mama Ducks, baby Duck, Mr. No Ducks himself. Quack, quack. Man, let's talk about this backstage segment between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch, where
The following
it
is
started off with
scheduled
AJ
for
Lee and
one
Michael
making her
Cole,
way to the
right?
ring
And Michael
from
Cole was telling AJ Lee
WWE
how he think
RAW,
that she's a trailblazer and that he think he speak for the whole WWE universe. That we can't believe that she's sitting here after 11 years, a couple of weeks away from WrestleMania. And he asked her, so how you feeling? And before she could even get a few words out of her mouth, Becky Lynch walked in the room. She walked up to Cole and she just started berating him. You know, she was like, "That go the worst commentator in the history of WWE. How we done had 29 years of him being the worst announcer ever." And you know, Michael Cole was like, "Man, I ain't got to take this stuff, man. I'm gonna get up out of here." So, so Becky Lynch sit down. And she was like, man, the one thing Cole did say that was right was that um, she remember AJ Lee last WrestleMania. She said she was backstage, but it wasn't AJ Lee wasn't looking like her. AJ Lee wasn't looking at her like she was her equal and all that. You know, she walked up to her and gave her a hug, and she gave her a hug with, like with the fake niceness and all that stuff. She can just see she was being
from Las
two-faced
Vegas,
and stuff.
Nevada,
She said, well, it was actually because she was nervous,
superstar.
you know, and she was nervous because she saw somebody who was going to take her spot, who was going to be her replacement. And the very next day after that, she quit because she knew that Becky was coming for her. So she said at WrestleMania, it ain't gonna be like it was at the Elimination Chamber because AJ Lee don't have home field advantage because WrestleMania, that's her home field advantage, you know what I'm saying? So AJ Lee was like, okay, well, you can keep on underestimating me just like everybody else did to me for my entire career. She was like, whether you believe it or not, I am proud of you. And Becky was like, man, you don't get to be proud of me. You know what I'm saying? You don't be condescending to me. You know what I'm saying? AJ was like, look, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of everything that you did, everything you did for this business, everything you did for this locker room. She was like, you made history, right? But none of that would have been possible without her knocking down them doors. And she was like, all of those heights that you soared to, she the one that shattered all of those glasses. And she was like, those doors that she ran through, AJ was the one that knocked them doors down for her. You know what I'm saying? She said that she's not irreplaceable because even though she was gone for 10 years, the business kept on calling. She said them fans never did forget her. She said she know exactly who she is, right? She's the Intercontinental Champion. She said that she is Becky Lynch's favorite wrestler, and she's our favorite wrestler, right? And then she said that when Becky go home tonight, and when she asks her daughter who's her favorite wrestler, she not gonna say mommy. She not gonna say Becky Lynch. She gonna say AJ Styles. No, my bad. It's gonna be AJ Lee. I was just playing with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So after she said that, Becky got pissed off, started throwing a little hissy fit, knocking over chairs and knocking over stools. Cause you know it gets to you when people start talking about your kids again. It don't matter who it is. Sometimes you talk about somebody, mama talk about their daddy, or you talk about their offspring. You know, if they really didn't punch you in the face, believe me, they wanted to. So don't be out there talking about people, kids and parents and all that good stuff. But watch this though.